Hello friends, welcome to the class of Transportation Engineering. We will be now discussing the next chapter, that is transition curves in highway geometry design. Okay, so what are transition curves, guys? So as the name suggests, transition, transition stands for change. Okay, so before going through all these definitions, I would like to tell you through example what is the requirement of transition curves. Okay, so guys, if there is a curve like this, okay, if there is curve on road like this, there is a curve like this, okay, that is having definite value of radius equal to r. Okay, definite radius r. Okay, that is having definite radius r. But what happens, curve is used to join two straight roads. Okay, so curve is used to join two straight roads, and say for example there is a straight road like this, there is straight road like this, and it is not perfectly straight, but yes, there is a straight road like this. Okay, and there is another straight road of this kind. Okay, so say there is a straight road of this kind, here is the straight road. Okay, the radius of the straight road is, can anyone tell me what is radius of a straight line? So radius of straight line is, can anyone tell what is radius for straight line? Yes, okay. So radius for straight line is infinity. So thing is that in order to attain this curve having radius, definite value of radius, that is r, and in between the radius that is infinity to the finite radius value, radius of value r, there has to be something. There cannot be sudden change from infinite value to the r value of radius. Okay, so there has to be gradual change between the radius equal to infinity and radius equal to r. So there comes into play this transition phase. Okay, this I am not able to draw it properly here, guys, but there comes into play this transition phase, also known as which are known as the transition curves. So there is transition curve like this. So here the radius is r, here radius is slightly less than, greater than r, still more greater than r, more greater than r, higher than r, greater than r, greater than that, greater than the previous one, greater than the previous one, and here finally the straight road, that is the radius becomes infinity. So transition curves, these changing curves having changing radius, I'll say the curves having changing radius. Okay, changing radius. So there is no fixed value for the transition, fixed value of radius for the transition curves. Okay, so transition curve stands for curves having changing radius, whereas the curves that that we discussed in the previous lectures was the curve that has got the definite radius and has got the same radius throughout the length of the curve. Okay, so the transition curves are introduced between straight and the circular curve, straight road and a circular curve. Okay, this is point number one. And transition curves are provided mainly to introduce centrifugal force and super elevation. Okay, to introduce centrifugal force and the super elevation gradually. That is important. Gradually. Okay. Okay. So let's now move ahead. That by making the use of transition curve, please write down. Please write down here that by making use of transition curves, making use of transition curves, radius of curvature is reduced from the radius of curvature is reduced from infinity to finite value r, finite value r. Okay, so and extra width can be gradually provided, and the required extra width can be gradually provided. Okay, over the transition curve. So guys, I hope that you understood the meaning. So we use transition curve to change the radius of curvature from infinity to some finite value r. So the infinity is the radius on the straight road, and this is the curve having finite radius r, and transition curve is used to bridge this gap of radius. Okay, and the required extra width can be gradually provided over the transition curve. This is very important to understand what exactly the transition curves are. So this term spiral, clothoidal, or Grover spiral, okay, this is called the ideal transition curve as per IRC. Please write down that this is ideal transition curve as per IRC. Okay, curve as per IRC. Okay, so this is of this kind, like this. I, I I really doubt whether I'll be able to draw it properly or not. But thing is that the curve shall be of this kind. Better I start from here. It is not proper, but what lesson you should take from here is that at this point, okay, at this point, at here, the radius is 600 meters, and here the radius is 300 meters. Okay, so I hope you understood how the transition is taking place. Okay, here 600 meters, 300 meters is the radius. You go in and in and in and in, the radius goes on decreasing, 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 decreasing. So name of this curve is spiral, clothoidal, or the Grover spiral, and that is regarded as the ideal transition curve as per IRC. One mark question is asked that which of the following is the standard transition curve as per ideal transition curve as per IRC. Then you should be in position to write answer by giving these three names. Okay, so for transition curve, as length increases, okay, as length increases, the radius the radius decreases. Okay, and length is directly proportional to 1 by r, or you can say length is inversely proportional to the radius. So on road, what is done that a piece of spiral is put. Okay, so a piece of spiral is put. Suppose you want to join the segment having one radius equal to 300 meter and the other end is having radius equal to 600 meter, then this particular portion of the spiral to be taken up and it can be used on the road. Okay, so spiral is the best transition curve. Spiral is the best transition curve as per IRC. Okay, and we will now move on to the design criteria, that is the how to design transition curve. Okay, so there are three important criteria taken into consideration while designing these transition curves. The first criteria is centrifugal comfort. Okay, first criteria is centrifugal comfort. Second criteria is super elevation, And the third criteria is the based on the empirical equations that are given by IRC. Okay, so we have a formula here that in centrifugal comfort, okay, we were now discussing the first criteria, that is centrifugal comfort. So the formula is C equal to 80 upon 75 plus V, capital V, okay, where C equal to rate of change of centrifugal acceleration, rate of change of centrifugal oblique radial acceleration, okay, and the unit is acceleration per unit time, okay, acceleration per unit time, it is given as, that is the meter per second square per second, which is equal to meter per second cube. Fine. So the velocity v, capital V, is the design velocity in kilometers per hour, okay, and this is an empirical formula. It is an empirical formula, so there is no proof for this formula, okay, and the code states that this value of C should be between zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.8, okay, zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.8. You should always check this value. If the value is out of this range, then you should adjust this value, okay, and afterwards, using the C, the length of transition curve is given as, length of transition curve is given by formula Ls equal to V cube upon Cr, V cube upon Cr, and here it is small v. This is the theoretical formula for transition curve, okay, and this is the length of transition curve from centrifugal comfort point of view. This is theoretical formula. This theoretical formula gives length of transition curve, length of transition curve from centrifugal comfort's point of view, centrifugal comfort point of view. Okay guys, so centrifugal comfort, I hope you understand the meaning of what is centrifugal comfort. So whenever there is horizontal curve, that time what happens, that there is outward centrifugal force, and greater is the centrifugal force, uh, greater is the loss in the comfort, okay. So to take account for that, this is the formula that gives the length of the transition curve, okay. So we will now move on to the next criteria, design criteria, that is the super elevation, okay. So the super elevation, next design criteria is super elevation, super elevation, okay. So it is given as 1 in n, 1 in n, the rate of introduction of super elevation, which is decided by type of terrain in which the road is passing, okay. This is the 1 in n is the rate of introduction of super elevation, which is decided the type of terrain in which the road is passing. Okay, so guys, as per IRC, this is vertical in horizontal. Okay, that is 1 is to n and 1 vertical to n horizontal. Okay, so as per IRC, n equal to 150 in plane and rolling terrains. In plane and rolling terrains. Okay, and n equal to 60 in hill roads. When n is equal to 60 in hill roads. Please keep it in mind, okay guys. So what happens in this case is, and using this, the length of super elevation ls is length of the transition curve ls is given as n in bracket w plus we, that is the width of the road and the including the widening, into small e, the super elevation, and this is when the rotation is about inner or the outer edge. Okay, this is formula 1, that is the formula for length of transition curves. Formula 1 is equal to nw plus we into e when rotated about inner or outer edge. Okay, and second formula is ls equal to n w plus we by 2 when rotated about the center line. Okay, so this is very important guys, that whenever rotated about the inner or outer edge, the formula is this, and it is matter of common sense that length of the transition curve is reduced to half times when it is rotated about the center line. Okay, so what exactly happens over here, that suppose I doubt whether I will be able to draw a good diagram or not, but just I'll make an attempt of drawing a good diagram. Suppose this is a transition curve and this is the outer edge and this is the inner edge. Then if you go ahead, then the super elevation, there will be slight super elevation provided. Okay, if you move still more ahead, then the super elevation will be still increased. If you move ahead, then there will be still more increase. So it is the rate of change of super elevation. So super elevation is also changing as the length of the transition curve is changing. So I'll say that in simpler terms, that super elevation is also in the transition phase. Okay, and if want to show on a road, then in 3D it could be, I'll try, it could be shown like this, that is, no, it is bit difficult, in 3 dimension. and I'll try to draw in 3D. Okay, and slowly the, this is increasing. So this is uh, I doubt whether whether I am able to draw it or not. But what I want to show is that there is change in the super elevation with road, that with the length of the road, and that is with super elevation, with the length, the super elevation is also in the transition phase. And so please write down, note that by changing or by rotating the pavement about center line, the length of transition curve becomes the length of transition curve becomes exactly half of that is required when about rotated about inner or outer edge, inner or outer edge. Okay, so it is very important note. Okay, and you should keep in mind in exam whether they have asked that the road is to be rotated about the center line or it is to be rotated about the inner or the outer edge, where E is super elevation. uh, okay, it is for this formula. Okay guys, uh, for in this formula E is the super elevation, and if E is given in the problem, then use the same value in solving the problems. Okay, and if E value is not given, then use the design super elevation for the mixed traffic condition. Okay, so whenever E is given, use the same value. If not given, if E is not given, then use design E value for E value for mixed traffic condition. Mixed traffic condition. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that for mixed traffic condition, that is for mixed traffic, E plus F equal to 0.75 V square upon GR, and F equal to 0 since it is equilibrium super elevation. So whatever the E value comes from this formula, and that you should use, and you should ensure that it should not be greater than E max as per IRC. Otherwise, if it is greater than E max, then you will have to adjust it for E max and then go for checking of the frictional resistance available. If it is within the limit, then provide what the E max value. If not, then if not, then what you will have to fix E value to E max as well as friction to 0.15, the lateral friction value, and then you will have to go for limiting the velocity. Okay, so the third criteria that has been considered is the empirical equations by IRC. Okay, empirical equations by IRC. So I will write over here that the third criteria that is been considered is empirical equations by IRC. Okay, so it is usually asked for IES exam and less considered for the GATE exam, and because whenever you have to mug up, then GATE is not to check how much you can mug up. Okay, so the thing is that for plane and rolling terrain, for A, for plane and rolling terrain, LS equal to 2.7 capital V square by R, 2.7 capital V square by R, and for hilly or mountainous terrain, hilly or mountainous terrain, length of the transition curve is equal to capital V square by R, and all the symbols have got the usual meanings. Okay, so in this formula they have just dropped down this 2.7 value. Okay, so for the design, length of the transition curve is maximum of the values obtained from the above three criteria. Okay, so for design, for the design The length of transition curve is the length of transition curve is the maximum of the above three values obtained from three different criterions. Okay, from three criterions. And there is one important concept, that is the shift in transition curve. Okay, shift in transition curves. So shift is given by, first of all I'll explain you what is shift. Okay, so the usual road is of this kind. Okay, straight over here and again straight over here. Okay, so thing is that here would have been the horizontal curve like this. Okay, but now because of provision of the transition curve, here we provide some arc. Okay, having radius r. Okay, and the transition curve is over here. Here is the transition curve. This is the transition curve between this point to this point. I am not able to draw it properly, but please understand that this is the transition curve. This is the transition curve. Okay, so this distance by which the road is being shifted is called as the shift, and that is given by formula S equal to Ls square upon 24R. It is usually asked for IES exams. Okay, IES, that is ESCs. It is asked in ESCs. Okay, so the shift is given by Ls square upon 24R, and all of the symbols stand for the have the usual meanings. Okay, we will now take up some numerical examples based on the transition curves. Okay guys, so the things will get clearer to you. Okay, so let us go for question number 1, that is a, a two-lane pavement in plain terrain. A two-lane pavement in plain terrain. Two-lane plain terrain. Okay, with an extra widening of 0.2 meter is provided on a horizontal curve of radius 200 meters. Okay, the allowable rate of change of centrifugal acceleration is, so allowable rate of change of centrifugal acceleration is c equal to 0.6 meters per second cube. Allowable rate of change of super elevation is, so the n value, 1 in n value is 1 is to 100. Okay, and design speed is 60 kilometers per hour. 60 kilometers per hour. The pavement is rotated about inner edge to achieve super elevation. The length of transition curve in meters is. The length of transition curve in meters is. They are asking L is equal to what? Okay. So the first criteria in design of transition curves is, so I'll write that criterion 1, that is the centrifugal comfort criteria. Centrifugal comfort criteria. So C is directly given, therefore L is equal to V cube upon CR, stands for 16.67. This velocity, if you convert it into meter per second, it is 16.67 meters per second. So 16.67 cube upon C is 0.6 into R is the radius equal to 200. So that is equal to 38.60 meters. Okay. So from comfort criteria, the centrifugal comfort, you write down centrifugal comfort criteria. The length of transition curve is 38.60 meters. Okay, so from the second one is the rate of change of super elevation criteria. Okay, rate of change of super elevation criteria. So according to this, the length of transition curve is given as, when rotated about the inner edge, then the formula is NEW plus WE. Okay, so here N value is given, that N is 100 into E value, the small e value is unknown, into W, the width of the pavement is 7.5 meters. Okay, 7.5 meters, since it is a two-lane road, and the extra widening is given to be 0.2 meter, but the E value is not known. So as we already discussed, that whenever the E value is not given, then consider the first case, that is the case of equilibrium super elevation and the case of mixed traffic condition. So 0.75 V square upon GR, V is 16.67 bracket whole square upon 9.81, and the radius is 200 meters, which stands for 0.0796, which is greater than Emax. Okay, which is greater than Emax, therefore take it to be 0.070. Okay, just it is an adjustment, and now use this 0.070 in this formula, that is 0.070, and the length of the transition curve, that will be 50.4 meters. So from criterion 1, the length of transition curve should be 38.60 meter, and from criterion of super elevation, the length of transition curve should be 50.4 meters. And there is the third criteria left, that is the empirical formula. Okay, from based on empirical formula. Okay, so for plane and rolling terrain, the length of transition curves is 2.7 capital V square by R, which stands for 2.7 into 60 square by 200, which is equal to 48.6 meters. Okay, this is third. So the design length of transition curve, design length of transition curve will be equal to greater of 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so the largest value of these three is 50.4 meters. Okay, the largest value is 50.4 meters. So the length of transition curve is 50.4 meters. The value of shift in meters is, this is question number 2, the value of shift in meters is, so we have a formula that shift equal to L square upon 24R. Okay, L square upon 24R. So length we have already decided, that is 50.4 square upon 24 into R is equal to 200, equal to 0.595292. Okay, 5292, which is equal to meters, is equal to 0.53 meters. Okay, so the shift is 0.53 meters. Okay guys, so now let us want to move to the next question, that is question number 3, and the question reads that a highway is to be designed based on the following data: the design speed capital V equal to 80 kilometers per hour, and therefore the small v equal to 80 into 5 by 18, which stands for 22.22 meters per second, and radius of circular R equal to 900 meter. Width of super elevation, width of pavement on curve is 7 meters, and road is passing through the plain terrain. The rate of change of super elevation is 1 in 150. Okay, the pavement is rotated at center line, so the length of transition curve value will be length of the rate of change of centrifugal acceleration in meter per second cube is asking. So the question number third, the rate of change of acceleration will be c equal to 80 plus 75 plus v, stands for 80 plus 75 plus 80, which is equal to 0.51, and which is in between 0.5 and 0.8. Okay, so this value is okay. So the rate of change of centrifugal acceleration in meter per second cube is 0.51, and that is okay since it is between zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.8. So it is the unit is meter per second cube. Okay, so now let us move on to question number 4, that is the length of transition curve in meters is. Okay, so the length of transition curves in meters is. So the first one for this is the length of transition curve. Okay, so the first criteria is the comfort criteria. Okay, also called the centrifugal criteria. So the formula is LS equal to length of transition curve equal to V cube upon CR, and which will be equal to small v value is 22.22 cube upon value of c is 0.51 into the radius is 900 meters. Okay, the radius is, yes, the radius is 900 meters, so the length is 23.90 meter from this criteria. Okay, secondly, the second criteria is super elevation. Okay, super elevation criterion. So the length of the transition curve as per the super elevation criteria is NEW plus WE. Okay, I guess in the question it is given that the pavement is rotated about the center line. Okay, whenever the pavement is rotated about the center line, the formula is NEW plus WE by 2. Okay, so that is equal to the value of N is 150, E is not known to us, W is 7 meters, and it is clearly stated that no extra widening is required, so it is equal to 0 and upon 2. So we need to find out what will be the E. E is the unknown. Okay, but we can find out E based on the condition, that is consider the equilibrium super elevation and mixed traffic condition, so that we will use the formula E plus F equal to 0.75 small v square upon GR. F is 0 when equilibrium super elevation. Therefore, E equal to 0.75 into 22.22 square upon 9.81 into radius is 900. What is the answer, guys? Tell me what is the answer. Please tell me what is the answer. I will calculate. And the answer comes out to be E equal to 0.0314, which is less than 0.07, so that it is less than E max. Okay, so need not go to step number 2 and step number 3 to find out the super elevation. So E equal to 0.0314, please substitute it over here, put E equal to 0.0314, and you get length of the transition curve required will be equal to 16.5 meters. 16.5 meters. Please check the calculation. 16.5 meters. Okay. So from the empirical formula, from the empirical formula. As per empirical formula, for plane terrain, length of transition curve equal to 2.7 v square upon r, capital V square upon r. So 2.7 into capital V value is 80. So the 80 square, 2.7 into 80 square upon r is 900, will be equal to 19.2 meters. So the length of the transition curve to be provided is the greater of all the three values that are obtained from three different criteria. Okay, so greater of these three values. Okay, so the length of transition curve will be 23.90 meters. So the length of transition curve provide length of transition curve equal to 23.67 meters. Okay, 23.67 meters. So in this way we are done with this topic, that is the transition curves in highway geometry design. Uh, and there is good chance that these numericals based on the transition curves will be asked in the GATE examinations. Okay, since 1 or 2 marks questions can be easily formulated out of this type of numericals. So I'll say that please prepare this topic well. So guys, now we will move on to the next chapter, next topic, that is the vertical curves in the highway geometry design. Okay, so till now what we discussed was the horizontal curves and the transition curves. Transition curve, I'll say it is part of horizontal curves itself. But now we will discuss the curves in the uh, vertical plane. Okay, so there are two possibilities of the vertical curves, that is maybe it is a valley curve or summit curve. So valley curve, as the name suggests, that valley curve, okay, valley curve will be of this kind. Suppose there is a road, like this, and road is going down like this. It is a valley curve. There is a valley, and which is known as valley curve. Okay, and the summit curve, we can say that in the same road, I'd say that this is a summit curve. This one is the summit curve. Again a valley curve, a summit curve. Okay, so valley curve and the summit curve, these are the two types of the vertical curves. Okay, so the valley curve, it is also called as sagging curve, sag curve. Just like the bending of the beam, the sagging and bending of beam. Okay, this is the sagging region. Okay, and this is the summit curve, summit curve, that is the hog curve. Okay, hog curve. This is, this one is the valley curve. Okay, valley curve. Okay, so now we will discuss the summit curve. Okay, so the summit curve we will discuss first. Summit curve. So the thing is that uh, it is something that the two different gradients join. Okay, so maybe that there is positive gradient, the rising gradient, and another one is the negative one, that is, I'll say minus n. So I say it is n1 and it is minus n2. Okay, so capital N is the change in n value. Okay, so where n is, capital N is equal to the deflection oblique deviation angle, deviation angle, okay, which is simply an algebraic subtraction, which is simply algebraic subtraction, which is equal to plus n1 minus of minus n2, okay, which will be given as plus n1 minus of minus n2. Suppose the case is like this, there is positive n1 and then it is flat like this, so that n2 equal to 0, then the n, this n will be equal to n1 minus 0 equal to n1 itself. Suppose the case is like this, that initially it is flat, okay, initially it is flat and then is minus n2, so n is this, n1 equal to 0, so n equal to 0 minus of minus n2, 0 minus of minus n2 equal to n2, fine. So the deflection angle, okay, so the deflection angle is for summit curve, deflection angle for deflection angle for summit curve is positive by default, okay, and for valley curves the deflection angle is negative by default, okay. So the thing is that this is what I am showing, I am just showing the gradient, but the actual curve will be of this kind, okay, actual curve will be like this somewhere, okay. I have shown you the gradients just to calculate the what is the angle of deflection, but suppose in this case also the curve will be like this and then it will get flat like this case also the curve is flat earlier and then it gets deflected downwards. I have shown you it in terms of the gradients, the initial gradient and the later gradient, and how to calculate the deflection using the n1 and n2, the initial gradient and the final gradient, okay. So the ideal form of summit curve is second degree parabola. Please write down that the ideal form, sorry, the ideal form of summit curves is second degree parabola, okay, or also called as square parabola, or let us say simply parabola, okay. So we will now discuss the design criteria for summit curve, okay. The design criteria for summit curve, okay. So thing is that summit curve is of this kind, okay. Summit curve is of this kind, and when the side distance is s, side distance is s and s equal to stopping side distance, okay. So the vehicle is moving like this, okay, and this is the SSD, this is the stopping side distance, okay. Suppose say here is some obstacle having height equal to 0.15 meters, that is the 15 centimeter, capital H is the height of the eyes of the driver from the surface of the road. Okay, so the thing is that from here there is obstruction to this side. Okay, the side cannot, the light cannot travel the this curved path. The light travels the straight path, and so this is the problem. Okay, so SSD, that is the side distances, are the design criteria, okay, for the summit curve. So throughout the journey, driver should have clarity in vision of safe SSD. It is very important that throughout the journey, the driver should have clarity in vision of the safe side distance. I'm writing here, in vision of safe SSD. Okay, so SSD or summit curves is a problem, because this acts as an obstruction. This acts as an obstruction, and the driver cannot see the actual obstacle over here. So SSD or summit curve is a problem, and in the design, road is made flat to have clear visible distance equal to the required side distance on the road. So please write down that SSD or summit curves is a problem. It's a problem, and in design, the road is made flat. Road is made flat to have a clear visible distance equal to the required side distance on the road. It is very important, guys. Required side distance on the road. Please note down these points, okay? So we will move on to the length of the vertical curves, length of the summit curve, okay? So the case one is length of the curve is greater than equal to the side distance. So the length is given by ns square upon under root of 2h plus root of 2 small h bracket whole square. So, and all the symbols have got usual meaning, okay? And case 2 is length of the curve is less than the side distance, that is length equal to 2s minus under root of 2h plus root of 2h bracket whole square upon n. All these symbols have got usual meanings. So whenever the relationship between L and S is not given, which one is larger is not given, then initially assume that L is greater than S, and if the assumption is wrong, then use the second equation. Okay, you may please write down this, that initially when relationship between when relation I am dictating, please write down, when relationship between L and S is not given, assume L is greater than S, greater than equal to S, and if assumption is wrong, Please write down, I'm not writing, okay? And if assumption is wrong, go for the case 2, that is L is less than S. And whenever S is equal to ISD or OSD, S is equal to ISD, that is intermediate side distance, or OSD. Okay, somewhere it is the next type. Okay, earlier S was equal to SSD. So the case was, now what we dealt with was this case. It was like this. So here is the vehicle and here is obstacle. Okay, the obstacle, that is, there is some obstacle of height small h equal to 0.15, and the height of the driver's eye is given by 1.2 meters. Okay, so there is an obstacle, but whenever we are considering the ISD or OSD, the ISD, that is the intermediate side distance, then in place of this obstacle there will be a vehicle. Okay, and so that there will be another vehicle. So uh, I'll draw just, I'll draw a different diagram. So here it will be, okay, I'll draw it here. So there is one vehicle over here like this, and there will be another vehicle over here. Okay, vehicle itself, it is not stone or any other obstacle. So here also there is capital H equal to 1.2 meters. Here also it is capital H equal to 1.2 meters. Okay, so here it is like this. So ISD is a problem. ISD is a problem now. Okay, and in case of OSD, and if it is OSD, then in case of ISD, this vehicle is moving here and this vehicle is moving here. But if it was OSD now, again the vehicle is over here like this, and another, I'll say that truck like big vehicle loaded one is moving like this. Okay, both are moving in this direction, so that like this, OSD is the problem, okay. So the formula will slightly change. Okay, it is one and the same concept, and the formula will just slightly change. The changes will be, in place of small h, it will be now capital H. So what the changes will be, suppose for like the case 1, length of the curve is greater than equal to S, so that the L equal to ns square upon under root of 2h under root of again 2h and square, bracket whole square. Okay, and the case 2 will be length of the curve is less than the s value, so L equal to twice of s minus under root of 2h plus root 2h, bracket whole square, upon n. Okay, so the formulae have remained the same, only in place of, when it was SSD, it was small h over here, small h over here, but now it is capital H. Capital H is 1.2 meters, the eye level of the driver from the surface of the road, and small h stands for 0.15 meter, that is the height of the obstruction as per IRC, the minimum height of the obstruction as per IRC. Okay, so the comfort oblique the centrifugal criteria, comfort oblique the centrifugal criteria. Well, this is next criteria. Okay, so what happens is that if there is curve like this and this is the vehicle, W is acting in this direction, but the centrifugal force is acting opposite to the centrifugal force, so that the centrifugal force on the summit curve is a friend. It is helping, okay, it is helping the to reduce the weight W. Okay, so there is no need to consider the centrifugal criteria into design. Please write it down. Over summit curve, over summit curve or summit curve Chandramukhi or the centrifugal force is beneficial, okay, and hence there is no need to consider centrifugal force comfort centrifugal or the comfort criteria in summit curve design. Okay, again there is thing that drainage and maintenance are not critical over summit curves. Okay, drainage and maintenance are not critical. Please write down that drainage and maintenance are not critical. So site distance is the only design criteria. So site distance is the only design criteria. Okay guys, only design criteria. So based on these points, at times there are one or two 1 mark theory question asked in GATE, and the formulae are to be somewhere to be marked up in some sense. So it is important, uh, but GATE will focus mainly on asking such kind of questions. Okay, but I am not asking you to skip anything because you cannot predict anything. Okay guys, so now we will move on to solving the numerical examples based on the summit curves.